Well, hello and welcome to a special edition of Chasing the Dollar. We're here at Wentworth Park where this Saturday night the Vic Peters Final will be run. It looks like an outstanding race as well, and Tim Newbold is here to have a look at this race. Looks a cracker, doesn't it?
Oh, cracking race, Ben. You probably couldn't have asked for a better field. Prior to the series, if you picked out 8 runners before the heats, I reckon 6 have probably made it through to the final. 75,000 to the winner. The best young pups in the country. It's a great race and an open race.
We won't give it away just yet, but you think you've found one over the odds for us too?
Yeah, I do. I really think the Greyhound should be favourite. He's on the second or third line of betting at the moment, and I really think he is the one to beat and should be favourite.
All right, we'll have a look at the Vic Peters very shortly, but let's kick it off with the first leg of the quaddie here at Wentworth Park this Saturday night. The stayers get around here. It is a $6,000 race, and what do you think of race 5?
I like 7 Bronte Anna. She's an up-and-coming stayer. She's rising through the ranks rapidly, and she's doing it in grand style. She's a good beginner, and she's got good early pace. She's the likely leader. She can run around 42.3 at the track. I think she'll find the lead and just keep rolling. She's got a terrific chance and the one to beat. 8 Hot Wire has got an undeniable chance. He should follow her over at the first turn and will get the last crack at her. He is strong at the end and he loves racing at Wentworth Park. Number 4, Jar Jar. This greyhound's got a huge motor, will drop out early, but has got a powerful finish and will be descending at the end. And number 2, Irinka Gabby, is stepping back up to the 700 metres for the first time in a few months. She's capable of running time, and you've got to throw her into your wider quaddies.
Let's move to the second leg of the quaddie. This is race number 6, a very strong-looking free-for-all here, Tim.
I like 7 Tea Tree Hill. This greyhound clocked flying time at Gosford a couple of runs ago, and then a really good run when placed here last Saturday night. He's well drawn wider on the track, even though it does want to get toward the rail. It's got 3 or 4 railers drawn on his immediate inside, so I can see him getting clear galloping room in the early stages and then rushing down the outside at the first turn. And if he can posse up second or third into the back, he has got strength. He can run around 29.8 at the track, and he's got a huge chance. 2 Tree Hill. 5 Billy the Sid, reliable beginner, good early pace, came through the Vic Peters series, can offset the alley because he can begin, and as I said, he's got the early pace. Number 4 Bonita Banana, she's got the early pace to be competitive. She might find the lead early on, and she can run a cheeky race at good odds, and you've got to throw her into your multiples.
On to race number 7, and this is for the 4th graders. Spitfire Stew gets about here, looking for win number 5. What do you think, Tim? Does he get it?
Well, he is airborne at the moment and he's got a great chance. He's well drawn inside a wider runner, so he will get room to move in the initial stages. He's won his past couple, leading virtually all of the way in flying time at the track. He only needs to step cleanly to rush to the lead, and he's got a huge chance. If he does lead, I can't see them running down because he can break 30 seconds. 8 Pressure is a big danger. Would prefer this greyhound drawn nearer to the rails, but he's got early pace, or she's got early pace, I should say, and she'll be crashing across at the first turn because she does want to get to the rails. If she happened to crash across and get the fly and left in front down the back, she'll run a big race and will be hard to gun down. Number 5, Irinka Luca's got a massive motor but awkwardly drawn in the centre. If he does get the room at the right times, he can figure in the finish at odds.
Okay, well that takes us to the feature event on the program. It is the Vic Peters Classic Final, $75,000 to the winner. And as Tim has said, it is an outstanding race, this one. We're going to go through runner by runner. There is one a little bit later in the field that Tim certainly does like, but we'll kick it off with the one, Garrick Bale. Tim?
I've been a big fan of his from day one. He was very good to us during the Peter Mossman series where he won that big final. Both runs back have been really good since a break, but I would prefer him drawn wider out. He can be very touchy at box rise, and he drives into the first turn, but he's usually a couple of dogs off the inside. I'm going to gamble against him on Saturday night because he's come up with the one alley, because he will want to shift a little at the first turn, so he needs to come out running to avoid any trouble.
All right, we'll go to box number 2, Transcend Time.
Well, this bloke was disappointing last week. You've got to say that. I backed him. I am talking through my pocket. Only way to talk, I think. He led and he just got run down. He might have been a little underdone coming into it, but he did have every possible chance. He was run down in 30-1. He ran about 30-3 himself, but he can run 29.8. So on face value, he was disappointing. He's got to find a few lengths.
3, Renegade Chief has been super impressive.
He's the boom Victorian greyhound, probably the boom greyhound in the country. His win here on debut a couple of runs ago, or I should say his run 2 runs ago on debut was fantastic. Phenomenal run when he was beating the neck. And then last week it was another really good run. He just had a little bit of luck here. I didn't think he was going to get through and qualify, but he just got through at the first turn. He had a bit of luck, and then he set out after the leader, and a good, strong, determined win. He's got a huge chance, but I just think he's becoming a bit of a public dog, a well-known dog, and he's probably a shade under the odds in this race for mine.
All right, 4.80 for now. We've had a bit of joy here.
Yeah, he's a reliable beginner with good early pace, and I like him drawn in the centre of the track. But I just I think he's probably lost his genuine zip to be in a forward position here, and I really think he is a bit of a risk. Although he is getting out to good odds, he's around the $9 or $10 mark.
The second of Mark Azzopardi's runners is the 5 Mucho Caliente.
This is the roughie of the field. His run last week was phenomenal. It was a huge run in running second to qualify, but this really isn't his race. I think he'll be winning a race very, very soon. We've just got to find where that is, but I don't think it'll be Saturday night.
The 6 is Unexplained.
I think this greyhound's got a huge chance and is fantastic value. I took $17 a couple of days ago. He can be a bit touchy, but he charges when he gets rolling at a stride. He's a chance of rolling to the lead at the first turn. If he does begin, he can break 30 seconds. He's got a big chance.
Now the 7, this is your tip, Proven Nitro.
Yeah, I really think this greyhound should be favourite. Currently around the $4.50 mark. I took $6 a couple of days ago, which I think is amazing value. 29.63 on debut at the track a couple of runs ago. Then last week was rushing to the lead at the first turn. The greyhound on the inside wanted to push it up the track, interfered with it, lost many lengths, got back down and just ran second to qualify, just grabbing the other greyhound to qualify for the final. Well drawn wider on the track. I think he'll be burning at the first turn. He's a chance of rolling to the lead. If he leads, they won't be beating him.
And the 8 rounds out the field, Alan Dion.
And this is another one with a fantastic value. $17 they're betting at the moment. This is a screaming wide runner. Led all of the way from an inside alley last week. In respectable time, I think he can go quicker. He's a lightly raced greyhound. At $17, I'll be definitely having something on him. I think the outside division have really got a great chance, and they're all value.
What an outstanding field it is for the Vic Peters Final. Now, Tim, just before we wrap up this particular segment, what are your numbers?
Proven Nitro 7 on top to beat 6 Unexplained. I think Alan Dion is, I should say, Renegade Chief for third. You can't leave him out. And Alan Dion at the $17 from box 8 is a really, really good rough bet.
All right, it's time to get Tim's best bet on the program. We're standing in just about the spot where last week's best bet hit the turf.
Oh, hit the deck all right. Logan's chance began well. I'm thinking just flop over to the rails and get a run through. Next minute, he's on the deck. And I went down with him.
What about this week, Tim?
I think race 9, number 2, Dinkum. He's come through the Vic Peters series recently. He's dropping miles in grade. He's a little touchy, but then he charges when he gets rolling. He's got wider runners drawn on his outside and a moderate beginner drawn on his inside. He only needs to step cleanly to burn through, take control and blow them off the park.
All right, give us some value for Saturday night.
Comes up in race number 3, Greyhound 6, Princess Black. Debuted last week here, leading all of the way as a desperate wide runner. Beautifully drawn in the 6 alley. She's just got to begin, burn to the lead and get the money as well.
All right, Tim, well, that's all we have time for on the show. Geez, you're excited this week. You really do like this field, don't you?
I really do like the meeting, and I really like the Vic Peters as a betting race. As I said earlier, I've backed a couple in the race at value, and I really think it is a race where we can make money. I think Renegade Chief at the moment, although I'm a massive, massive fan of him, I just think he's probably under the odds.
All right, well, good luck on Saturday night. We hope to see you next week. Or we hope to see you next time on Chasing the Dollar.